Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.
Hi lovely viewers, it's a wonderful Wednesday evening and you are welcome to another edition of the Youth Avenue on Watch TV channel. My name is Kuku Asanba, your gorgeous host, and as you know, the Youth Avenue, all we do is to discuss issues that hinders our growth as youth and also talk about things that will help us to grow and develop as youth. Tonight, we are going to talk about youth entrepreneurship and innovation. And I have here with me two wonderful guests whom I would introduce to you very soon. But before then, we're going to take a break. But just note that this show is proudly sponsored by the Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAST. And so for all your individual and corporate volunteering activities, contact CENVAST at www.cenvast.org or follow us on all our social media platforms. This is the Youth Avenue. Please, and please again, I would urge you, please follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our channel, yes, on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. This is the Youth Avenue, and as I said earlier tonight, we are talking about youth entrepreneurship and innovation. And I have here with me two CEOs. Yes. One is Nanaya Menu Eje, founder of Waterfalls Ventures. Nanaya, you are welcome to the Youth Avenue on Watch TV.
Thank you, Kuku.
And also Benjamin Ajen-Texin. Am I right?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's also the founder and CEO of Asemrua Limited. Asemrua. So if you want to know more about what they do, stay with us. Okay, Nanaya, fast forward. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do there at Waterfalls Ventures.
Oh, okay. Like you rightly said, I'm Nanaya.
Okay.
About myself, I'm unstoppable.
Ooh.
My business is Waterfalls Ventures.
Okay.
We produce sanitary and hygiene products from organic ingredients and plant parts.
Wow.
We try as much as possible to use organic materials and create little to zero waste from start to finish in our processes.
Wow. Okay. How long have you been in existence? Like Waterfalls Ventures, how long has it been in existence?
Waterfalls Ventures has been in existence, let's say, close to 2 years now.
Okay.
But we were doing businesses along the line.
Okay.
But with the skincare products, I would say close to 2 years now.
Close to 2 years now. Please, where are you located?
We are in the Hunter West district of the Western region.
Okay.
Yeah, Kejebri.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Asemrua Limited. Ben.
All right. A very good evening to your cherished viewers. Like you rightly introduced me, my name is Benjamin Ajen-Texin, and I'm the founder and CEO for Asemrua. So mostly I don't talk much about what we do because our name tells what we do. Mm-hmm. We are basically into the recovery of organic and plastic waste for reuse and recycling. Okay. And we do this innovatively by enhancing its recovery with the help of digital technologies that help us to route, to do pickups around, collect plastics like I already mentioned, and then organic waste, which we recycle them into fertilizers and flakes that we supply to manufacturers for their production.
Wow. Are you also located here in the Western region?
Sure, we are in the Western region of Ghana. We operate from Efiekuma, and we have one of our biggest production sites at Peposo when you are moving out of Takrady.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, yeah. So as I said earlier, we are going to talk about youth entrepreneurship and innovation. And so I think you're here because you're entrepreneurs, right? So tonight I would like you to tell us more. Nanaya, I think I'll start. No, let me change the trend this evening. I'll start with Ben. Okay. Ben, please, what can you tell our viewers and myself about entrepreneurship?
All right, so
if I'm even pronouncing the word correctly, yes.
It's allowed. It's allowed, actually. Yeah. So entrepreneurship basically deals with scanning through happenings in your environment or your surroundings and identifying the new happenings or the new trends and new situations and trying to find a solution that innovatively solve that new trend you've identified. And in doing that, the reward of getting a solution for a new situation is the financial returns that it comes with. So identifying a problem, coming out with a solution that addresses a problem, and making money out of the solution that you've created is generally what we talk about entrepreneurship.
Wow. Okay, so then who is an entrepreneur? Who can we call an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so as difficult as the journey is, the entrepreneur is that bold person that has taken the decision to be the problem solver, be the solution provider.
Okay.
That person that says, look, everybody is complaining about this, and because of that, I want to create a solution that addresses this problem. That person is the entrepreneur.
That person is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you said earlier that identifying problems and finding solutions to them and getting money. So if you are identifying the problems and finding the solutions and you are not getting money out of it, does it mean you are not an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Yes, but I'm still on you.
yeah, I think, yeah, there are people who are doing charity stuffs. They are doing donations.
Okay.
They've also identified social problems that they feel, no, I can donate to help orphans. I can provide this for the aged. But for the entrepreneur, he goes beyond just providing the solution to make financial returns, because that's what sustains him to keep on providing the solution that he's providing for society. So entrepreneurship, you need to make the money. Without money, you're not an entrepreneur.
Okay, without money, you are just doing donation.
Yeah.
Okay. Nanaya,
Yeah.
so how do we know that one is an entrepreneur? Characteristics.
How to know one is an entrepreneur?
Yes.
It's a tough one. There's the good side and there's the bad side.
Okay.
When you're starting a business, let's say as an entrepreneur, most of us entrepreneurs look as wretched as can be. We are the poorest in the community. We are the most emotional, but in the end, you have to be resilient. That is it. You see one entrepreneur rocking the same bag like 1,000 years. It's because you have to put the money you're making back into your business.
Yes.
It's not that you can't enjoy life, but because of that risk you're taking, which is the financial risk, which is a very great risk you're taking, you have to make certain cuts so you're able to move forward if you want to be a good entrepreneur. Aside that, we are always risking our lives. Like, you take huge sum of money, you put it into something, you have to research, you want to start something, you don't even know what is going to happen in the end.
Yes.
Yes, that is one characteristic of an entrepreneur. Another one too, they are always busy looking for something to do. Entrepreneurs don't sit on their butts. No, you don't sit in one place. You have to move around. They move around a lot, and they learn a lot. Yes, some are the characteristics of entrepreneurs.
Okay. Wow. Then, so we hear of innovation. Does innovation have any link with entrepreneurship?
Sure. I think you can't be entrepreneurial without having that innovative mindset. With innovation, when we talk about innovation, basically we are looking at how you can do things beyond what people or how people do theirs. So coming out with a new product that is not in the market, coming out with a new service that is not in the market, very new. That's what innovation means. But being entrepreneurial, like I mentioned earlier on, is just about coming out with a solution that addresses the problem. But being innovative, it goes beyond coming out with the solution, but doing it in a very new way that will actually help to ease the problem that people face in society.
Okay. So, Nanaya, looking at the youth now, do you see the youth now being ready for the future of business, for the future of being entrepreneurs and innovators?
Okay, thank you. Currently, statistics tells us that 70% of Ghana's GDP is from SMEs. And most of these SMEs are run by the youth. And another page too is telling us that 37% of these businesses are able to hold. And it's a good mark. Though we've not made 50% yet, I think it's a good mark. If the avenues are available for the youth, like opportunities are there for them, they get the right roadmaps to lead them, why not? The youth can go into entrepreneurship and it works perfectly. You wouldn't have to sit down to wait for white-collar jobs or to be working for people all the time. You will be able to create a business and employ more, and it's fulfilling. Yes, the youth are ready and they can move forward.
Okay.
People have innovative ideas. A lot of things are happening. At first, you just have to walk to a kinky stand and buy your kinky, ask for pepper, ask for this. But now you sit in the comfort of your home and order your kinky. It comes in a nice packaging, all those things.
Yes.
That is the innovative part of what was happening already.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Somebody will even do that, but they are not even the one producing the kinky. Yes.
Okay. And sometimes it looks like with the youth, when we are starting something, we want to start all big. But then, and so when we are not meeting that target, we feel like we are not, we can't do it. So what, right now, let's say a youth out there is actually thinking of starting a business, okay. Nanaya, are there any categories of entrepreneurship that you can mention that this youth can actually fall into?
There are several categories you have to look at. There's the social side of it, there's the tech side of it, there's the innovative part of it, but you should have the passion.
Okay.
Whatever you're going to do, you should have the passion to do it. I mentioned earlier on that entrepreneurs are quite emotional. Yeah. You get to a point where you lose hope and say, oh, let me stop. But if you keep on going, you start small and you grow gradually. You don't just go out and start big. You start small, you research, you go around, market research, you talk to people, you document whatever you're doing. You have a roadmap, you follow it diligently, and definitely you make it.
Okay. So now, Benjamin, yes. Benjamin, it's like we've not heard your voice for some years. They have been doing the talking. Yes, so you help us with this right now. Probably I want to start a business. I have the idea, but I don't know how to go about it. What would you say to such a person? The type of entrepreneurship that we can actually fall under?
All right, so like my colleague said, first of all, you should be very passionate about what you want to do. Like what I do, for instance, I'm into waste management, collecting waste and recycling waste. So if I'm not passionate about it, straight away it's a no-no. Now, it's one thing to have an idea, and it's another thing to really make the idea practical or work on ground. And so how do I even see that the idea that I have will really work? Okay. That's one thing that most people fail to fill that gap. First of all, I think entrepreneurship are also are birthed from experience. Sometimes growing up, some challenges that you face when you go to school, maybe when it's break time, you need some ice cream to sip, or you need some very nice toffee to quench your stress in class. How do you meet that? So if I want to be an entrepreneur with that experience that I didn't get when I was growing up, I wasn't getting nice ice creams, I wasn't getting nice toffees. Can I also start something like a toffee business or an ice cream business to also sell ice creams to children like me who didn't get the ice cream when I was growing up? That's one way that I can come out with an idea. Another way that I can come out with an idea is from what I learned from school. Okay. Assume I read journalism or I read media back in school. With these learnings and with these experiences that I gathered, can I say, oh, I want to start something like a blog, I want to start something like freelancing, writing, or something that I can actually make money from? So with that too, you can actually be able to put an idea to birth or actualize an idea. One other thing too is studying the trends. What are people complaining about? Okay. What are people saying? oh Charlie, when I go to the Kinke seller to buy, the queue there is so long. Even to drive from Efiekuma through traffic to come to Market Circle to buy Kinke, the stress alone.
Yes.
These are complaints that people have. What solution can I give to them? And if I'm able to give a solution to such people who are complaining, definitely they will pay for my service. So sometimes you have to study the trends. What are people complaining about? Is it that people are complaining about nutrition? Is it that people are complaining about hygiene? Is it that people are complaining about filling their tummy? Is it that people are complaining about their health? With those trends or with these complaints that people are coming out with, it can inform me to come out with an idea or a solution, because I know that when this solution comes, 100 people who are complaining about their health will definitely buy it. So I have the customers already. So that's one way that youths can be able to come out with an idea or validate their ideas and launch into the market.
Wow. Okay, so this is the Youth Avenue here at the studios of Watch TV. I'm Kukwa Sanba, your gorgeous host, and we are still here talking about youth innovation and entrepreneurship. So fast forward, let's start with Nanaya. What motivated you to start your company?
My kids, one.
Okay.
And what I learned in school, Benjamin was mentioning earlier on. I studied hospitality management.
Okay.
Yes, so that was a long time ago. Most of the hotel soaps are imported.
Okay.
The tablet soap they use in hotels are imported. So I sat down and said, oh, why don't I start something? I started, I dropped it, then COVID-19 hit. Then people were making all sorts of sanitizer.
Yes.
People were getting burns, children were drinking it. So I sat down to think of something. Why don't I make sanitizer from edible things, which are equally effective? So I tried something and I sent it to the FDA. It passed the test. So I registered the product and I brought it out.
Wow.
Then I went back to review my soap ideas. There are lots of plant parts in the market, on our farms, on our pathways and everything. I started researching into it and said, oh, I can turn it into a business. So I did a little research, and there are people out there who are ready to help young people become business people.
Okay.
There are a lot of hubs around. If you research properly, you learn properly, and you get to the right places, they'll help you to mold your business properly. And it's worthwhile.
Okay.
Because I started the soap business to make soap for families. Then I realized back in school, all the hotel soaps on attachments were imported. So why don't I look at that angle to do some research into it? And currently, I'll say I'm very proud of myself. I have hotels I'm serving.
Wow.
And it has become a business. It has even taken more of my time than what I even started with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So
now
just like he said, you can pick something from what you learned in school and turn it around.
Now that is how to become an entrepreneur. So why the choice of name? The choice of name. Why did you choose Waterfalls?
Waterfalls.
Yes.
I have two favorites.
Okay.
What is the power of soap without water? You cannot use soap if there's no water.
Okay.
So you apply the force of the water to the soap and it works. And you see, when water wants to take over something, it doesn't go just like in a rush. It takes time. The force of water, it takes time gradually. But in the end, when it decides to take over, it takes over the place.
Wow. Wow. So those who have started small are looking at how to get names for your companies. I hope you are getting something from here. Yeah, she's really teaching us a lot. Now, Ben, Asamura Limited.
Yeah.
Asamura.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell us.
All right. So as Nanaya was trying to explain how she even came out with the name, I also had very serious thought into what name should I choose. Should I choose a very flashy name that what limited. But I actually wanted a name that would really resonate with the people that I want to work with. And when we say Asenra in Chi, that's the dustpan that helps to collect waste and takes it to where it belongs to. The Asenra fetches the waste and takes it to the dustbin. And so can I form a business that can collect waste and really make sure it ends up at where it should end up? And so that's why I chose the name Asenra. People resonate very well with it, but we want to be that business that collects waste from where it doesn't supposed to be and take it to where it's supposed to be.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Sure.
Yes. So, Anaya, when you started your business, how were you able to stand? I ask this because there are a lot of young people out there who get the idea of starting a business and they just go with a full force. They go start it, and in no time you see it collapse. So how was yours able to stand?
I said you should start small. Take your time. There's a roadmap you have to follow. You just don't go like, I've started. This is it, I want it. No. You take your time. You climb, you fall, you climb again, you fall. You write down, how come I came back? What happened? What happened along the line? Did I slip? Or was the ladder too high for me? Or I didn't research properly? You come back, you sit down. If you have to cry, you cry. You have to lose money, you lose the money. You have to lose family and friends at a point. You lose them. But you pick yourself up again, then you go back. Resilience, you have to be persistent.
Okay.
And you have to be truthful to yourself. Most of us, the small business, when we start, we think, oh, it's my money, or it's my business. I run it how I feel, how I want it to go. No. And you can't do everything by yourself. You have to build a good team around you. You should have people who share and believe in your idea. Because some people are dream killers. Yes. So you bring on board people who believe in what you're doing. Because even what you're doing yourself, sometimes you yourself, you don't even believe in it. Yes. So if you get people who believe in what you're doing, from there, why not?
They can push you.
They can push you.
Ben,
Yeah.
what do you think is the current economic and then political climate? How is it affecting new or young entrepreneurs?
Okay, so when I take political, I would say some policies that are made by our politicians. Let's say taxes. Sometimes when you're a young entrepreneur and you want to start business, most of us, we just started when we graduated from university. We've not gathered so much money.
You don't even have NSSF there, they don't pay.
You don't even have, you don't have that muscle to start anything. So when you just want to start and the environment is not conducive, you need to pay this tax, you need to file this, you need to do this, and the young person is not able to make provisions for all those. Definitely, he will not be able to start a business. Unlike other places where there are even startup capitals to support people who just have ideas to run a business. When such climates in policy are very unfavorable, it really deter people from being entrepreneurial. Economic-wise, I would say currently what we are experiencing with the depreciation of the cedis, for instance. Assume I'm a business who source for my raw material or my packaging products from outside. If I find myself in this current situation, definitely I won't be able to compete because one, my products will be very highly priced.
Yes.
Two, I buy something at 2 cedis today, tomorrow I go it's 4 cedis. Or my customers will be like, how are you, why are you keeping on changing your prices? And that's very unfavorable. As a young person, as a new business, it's one thing to build a brand that people will really connect to. And at the very early stage, if you don't get that support to create that brand, it's very difficult for you to be able to even thrive. So when those environments, when I mentioned policies, I mentioned taxes, I mentioned inflation, I mentioned exchange rates and all those. When those things are not very well positioned, it really hamper young people being entrepreneurial.
Entrepreneurs, wow. And now that the government has put embargo on employment, like the government's employing the youth now, what do you think then that the government, Nanaya, let me direct this to you, what do you think the government can do to support young entrepreneurs and innovators? Do they even recognize young entrepreneurs and innovators?
Government does recognize young entrepreneurs, but as my brother was saying, economic hardships, policies, taxes, inflation, depreciation, exchange rates, those things come in. If government is really keen on helping us, small businesses, they should position us properly and cut certain things. You shouldn't be weighing us with a business that has been running for like 10 years or 20 years. You'll be comparing it to a business that has been running for just 2 years. Just because the person is making one or two points, or they are all over the place making some kind of noise, you'll be weighing them on the same platform, which doesn't work like that. If you have to register some products like this, there should be charges. Well, I know for some agencies they've started. Government has come in where they've reduced the prices for small businesses like ours. But they should have platforms or tables that are ready to receive us.
Okay.
Some of entrepreneurs have the fear of being denied because these people are in a shell and you're afraid if you go and they say one or two things, it will just kill your dream. So government should be able to come out openly, or even before you even come out of school. If you have ideas, there should be policies or there should be a platform where you can start introducing these ideas and working on them whilst you're in school. We've been labeling the parts of mosquitoes, labeling the parts of fish, then
I don't
birds
know what that is doing for us.
We've been labeling all these things, and if they could turn it a little.
Yes.
They could turn it a little. Then we have policies where, I want to put my shito in a paper packaging. I want to learn how to make paper from agro waste, which somebody is doing, is a lovely idea.
Yes.
I want to do this. We start learning those things from there. And this NSS money is coming in quickly with a starter pack, like, somebody wants to do something like this, let's push the person. You don't go and sit somewhere and do NSS, you come out with nothing, but the person might have ideas. Yes, if government could have like platforms like that, it will help. Some NGOs, some non-governmental organizations, some individuals, some businesses are holding hands of SMEs. I'll say they are doing very well. I'm a beneficiary of such projects. My colleagues too are beneficiaries of such projects. They are trying, but government has to come on board and do more.
Do more.
Yes, we need more.
Dear government, please do more for us. Okay, so moving on, fast forward. Let's look at technology, and I'm looking at you, Ben. Let's look at technology and entrepreneurship and innovation. How does these work hand in hand?
Yeah, I think when COVID-19 hit, it really exposed how beneficial technology could make things very easy for us. Sometimes we have to convey together to even have summit, to have seminars. But with COVID-19, technology made it very simple to just use Zoom to have communications. And this is how, if we can leverage on technology right now, we can really be able to innovate, to come up with solutions that help people. Let's take, for instance, delivery businesses. Now, delivery businesses have been able to use route optimization platforms to help you to be able to locate somebody who wants kinky at Chapel Hill. How will I get to know that? That's the power of technology. With ride-sharing platforms like Bolt, I'm able to locate a passenger who wants to go to Apoin or go to Takrade Hospital. How would I do that if I was just using taxi? You understand? So there is this revolution that we youth have to really embrace, that things are changing and we have to really leverage on technology.
Yes.
There are people running shops just on Instagram. He sells huge
Yes.
than somebody who has paid 40,000, 50,000 for a shop
Yes.
space.
That's
And that's
true.
the power of technology. If we are able to leverage on some of these platforms as youths, these things doesn't cost that much. We can be able to really innovate and be entrepreneurial, come out with solutions that bring money to us.
Wow. And looking at schools, I know tertiary institutions are now teaching a bit of entrepreneurship. But do you think, Nanaya, do you think it's effective? Or what do you think can also be done to help entrepreneurs, to help people have that entrepreneurship mindset right from school?
They're teaching everything from the book,
Yes.
but I think they have to come to the
Theory.
ground. They have to be practical. Yes. I remember growing up, we had opportunities to be selling a little this and that when we were in school. Even during break, you could sell toffees and stuff like that. Most of us who are doing those things have become entrepreneurs now. We become business people.
Okay.
But those who came after us, who were banned from doing all those things, all of them are expecting to be seated in an office. Like, they want to be that kind of thing. They're not ready to go out there. If they're going to teach that one in school, they have to make it more practical. It shouldn't be just in the classroom.
Okay.
They should bring it out. Like I mentioned earlier, with your NSS, it shouldn't be go and sit at the Senate office or go and sit at the port or go and stay here for NSS. Something practical you're doing.
Practical.
Yes, if they could make it that way.
So meaning even with the NSS, if they could make it like the individual students have ideas that wants to start their company, they can actually even use that as their national, their NSS.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
And that could also help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, as I said earlier, it's educative. It's getting educative and interesting, and I'm learning a lot this evening. This is the Youth Avenue here at the studios of Watch TV channel, and we are sponsored by the Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAS. We are talking about youth innovation and entrepreneurship. That's if you are now joining us. You are not late. There is still more for you. I have here Nanaya and Ben, so we'll continue the discussion. Nanaya, I have an idea. I want to start a business. I don't have money. How do I start?
Put your idea in ink. Put it on paper. Somebody will say, "Shego paper."
Okay.
Put it on paper. Talk to people who you know will believe in what you're doing. See, I said it. Believe in it yourself first. Talk to somebody. And as you're growing, you have to start saving small. You don't have to look for some big money before you start something. But once you've documented what you're doing, you know this is what I want to do. And if I sell this, I'll make this. This is what is going to happen. This is what is happening. Look for the right people to go to and show them these things. Most of these entrepreneurs or startups have the ideas, but it's not documented properly. You don't keep records. You cannot keep everything on top of your head. You can have just a one-page proposal and go to somebody and talk to the person. This is it. You lay it there. The person looks through the document. Even if they don't have the time to look at it immediately, they'll take time to go through it. But you can't come and talk to somebody and say, "Oh, I want to do this. The person can ask you a question immediately and you might even have forgotten what you said. But once you've documented what you have, it's not going to flow like you just go, they'll give you the money. But once you properly put everything in paper, you write everything down that, oh, I want to sell kinky. And the kinky I want to sell, I want to go through delivery. I wouldn't want the people to come to me. So I target people living like 200 kilometers from where the kinky seller is. I know there are families of about 5-10 people who buy kinky. So I want to use this process. You just don't say it off head. You put it in print, you write it down, and you talk to people who believe in it. Talking to them doesn't mean you're going to tell them everything. You tell them one or two things. Somebody who believes in it, you have to know it immediately. Yes. And start small. I keep saying it. Start small. Where I started my business from, it's a shop where they sell car parts and stuff. It's small, very small. Very small space. And with time, I've moved into a facility, though it's not complete, but it's going forward.
Okay.
We should believe in starting small.
Small.
It's not like somebody can give you 1 billion Ghana cedi. If the idea is not properly analyzed, the money will go to waste. And somebody too can give you the same 500 cedis, small money for the same business, but you can turn it around in a matter of time and get that 1 billion you want. And there's support all over the place if you look at the right places and you have your documents properly documented. Don't think you're too small, so you don't have to document anything. The little thing you do, put it on the paper. Yes.
Ben,
Yeah.
now I'm a student, okay, and I have an idea. I don't have money, but my friend sitting in the same classroom has lots of money. Is it a crime, or is there anything wrong with me asking my friend to partner with me so that, like, we work together to start up a business or something?
Yeah, I think that's one general challenge with we youths. Most of the times growing up, your mom will tell you, Charlie, and with that mindset, when you grow up with it, you even don't find reasons why you should collaborate with people or reason why you should do things together with people. But hey, if you have an idea, until that idea has hit ground, it's still bullshit. It's nothing. If somebody can push some 500 cedis, some 1,000 cedis into the business and say, okay, you have the idea, I have the money, give me 30% shares, run the business, and let's share the profits. It's a good deal. And that's one thing that we youth should start looking into.
Okay.
Who can I partner with?
Who can I partner with?
Most of the times, I normally say this, for structured organizations like Nestle, like whoever, Unilever, they have the resource people in place. They have somebody in charge of production, they have somebody in charge of marketing, they have somebody in charge of finance. It's a whole team.
Yes.
But when you want to start alone, you have to be everybody in one. And you can't be everybody in one. So you should find those people that you can bring on board. If it takes sharing, giving 10% to this person. Charlie, come and help me with marketing because I don't know how to talk when I'm in the public. Charlie, I know you have the money. Just give me the money. I'll work with the money and I'll be giving you 20% every year. Charlie, I know you are good when it comes to IT. I want you to come and help us build a software that we use to sell products online. When you're able to bring people together and collaborate, we will move far as youth. But if you want to do it alone, Charlie, your idea will still be bullshit and you'll be carrying bullshit around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because no man is an island.
Yeah.
You can always call on somebody to help you. And you see, sometimes too, what we do is, or let's say what most youth actually do is, they'll just look at probably this person is not doing, me, I am bringing the idea, so why should I give you this percentage of the profit? I mean, after all, it's all my idea.
Carry your idea.
So
how are you actualizing it?
Yes. They don't like to tell people in order for them to put in their money so that you can just start the thing. So they just keep the ideas in their head and to just be there. Charlie?
Sometimes, let me cite this example. Let's assume I bring somebody on board who wants to invest 100,000. And with 100,000, I'm able to make 1 million products. I sell the 1 million products and I make a profit of, say, 5,000 cedis. That's one analogy. And I say, no, I won't take anybody's 100,000. I have 1,000 cedis.
Yes.
I'll fight with my 1,000. The maximum product I'm able to make is, say, 100 or 200. I make profit, say, 50 cedis. When will you get there? You will never get there. So it's good, work with people's money, work with people's skills, work with people that have it, bring them on board. And you, the idea, career, just be steering everything around. you get a return.
That's how to become a CEO, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so Nanaya, what advice do you have for young people out there? I mean, I know we've said it all, but can you put it all in one? The advice you have for them who want to start a business or be entrepreneurs or innovators?
The advice I would give to the youth is stay focused. It's not easy. The journey is not easy, but don't let that one scare you. I always say I've become one fine CEO.
Yes.
Yes, because I stayed focused. You lose things along the line, but if you're able to stay focused, you get there. You don't wait to make it big. You start small and start saving as you're in school. You're in school, mommy is giving you money, daddy is giving you money. Some of us have those opportunities. Some of us didn't have it. But in school, you can start something small. You're in school, maybe you look around your dormitory, there's a service people need. You can start something like that.
Okay.
And when you start, be diligent, be truthful to yourself. You want somebody to come on board to help you with money. The person brings the money and you're not returning what you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're not working with the money accordingly. It won't help you. If somebody gives you 100 and they see you've been able to turn around to get 1,000, they are ready to give you 10,000. Yes, with my business, I got to a point I had to provide for some people. I spoke to a cousin, a distant cousin. He gave me 5,000 and I sent him his 5,000 the next 3 months and he's ready to invest 50,000 because he knows it's profitable.
Yes.
And I was truthful.
Yeah.
That is it. It's not easy. You see the money is nice. Let me go and buy iPhone 14 Pro Max. Let me buy the Gucci bag. My ladies, let me buy the Louis Vuittons. The guys too wants to go and buy Adidas, Reebok and those things. No, please. Just focus on what you want to do. When you get there, the things will be just flowing like that. You wouldn't need to be pushing corners or something. When you have built your business to a level and the money starts flowing, even investors will start chasing you. Yes, investors will go around, they'll start chasing you that, oh, I want to invest in your business, no matter how little your business is. But because you've been diligent, you are focused, you're working accordingly, they know everything is in order, they'll start chasing you. Start small and grow gradually.
Ben, so what would you say are the key qualities of success or of successful entrepreneurs? And what advice would you give to people who are willing to start?
Yeah, I think my colleague said some, but I would like to highlight one of the points that she made.
Okay.
It's discipline.
Discipline.
You need to be very disciplined. You need to be disciplined to know what amount to spend at what time. There are instances where the temptations around can be so serious. Charlie, my friend working at Talu, we all completed. He's now driving a car. I also started a business. I'm seeing money. Charlie, every month I'm getting like 15, 20,000. Why not me to get a car? You need to be disciplined to know when to spend what. You don't walk around with your checkbook in your armpit and your ATM behind your wallet and just go and be making withdrawals. You need to be very disciplined. Be very disciplined with your workers. Let them know when they should come to work. And you yourself, you have to be very disciplined.
How many employees do you have?
I currently have 8 employees. 8? Yeah.
And Anaya, how many do you have?
Directly, I have 8. Indirectly, I can get like 30 or 40 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Working
Okay.
together.
So discipline is one. One other thing is there isn't anything like, Charlie, there is no money to start business. People are just ready to invest money in people who have smart ideas. But how do I give such people the reason to believe in me?
That's what we are lacking, right?
I think that's what most of us are lacking. You say, you want 5,000. With 5,000, you can make 5,000 soup, sell it at 10,000 cedis, make a profit of 2,000. If you're able to make that thing very clear to somebody, he doesn't have any reason to say, I won't give you the money you need. But if you have not given that person the reason to believe, the reason to believe that this thing that you are speaking about will work. It's just a blossom idea in your head, and you are just carried away by it. And, oh, Charlie, at your way, when we do it, a befa, you bring 10 million. No, it doesn't work that way. Give people the reason to believe. And also, how do I even give people the reason to believe? If I've not gotten money from anywhere and I'm not ready to commit my skin in the game, why will somebody pick millions of CDs or thousands of CDs and want to invest in my business? How much time am I investing in the business? You say, oh, you want to sell soaps. How many customers have you even spoken to so far? And you want my 10,000 CDs to do soaps? Come on. So you have to give people the reason to believe. If you are able to give people the reason to believe, if you are very disciplined, and also you need to be very adaptive. The market is not like how we think it is. Yes. Things change every now and then. And so when your neck is straight, that I said I want to sell to banks, bank people. If I don't get bank people, I won't sell. I won't sell my product. Then you need to be adaptive because things change. Sometimes you bring a product to the market, you think, oh, this product was for bank people. But now you see how students are picking up with a product like Charlie. Let me just quickly adapt. Yes. Let me make the product in smaller sizes so that students will still be able to be buying for me to get the profits I need. Good. You need to be very adaptive. Systems are changing, and as an entrepreneur, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you should be ready for all those flexibilities.
Anaya, your final words.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But if you're willing to make it work, it'll work. There's a lot of money sitting around, but like my brother was saying, if you are not disciplined, it doesn't work like that. Yes. Even for the banks to give you a loan, it's hectic, like go and bring this documentation, go and bring all these things and everything. It's because of past experience with other people. Yeah. So they would want to see that, oh, is it true that this is what you're doing? And you'll be able to give back, as you're saying. The youth should be ready to put themselves into whatever they want to do. Yes. Okay. It's not easy. Discipline, be focused, start small. I'll keep saying it, start small. Because I started really small. Even now, I'm still small.
I'm still you're small. Not there yet.
I'm not there yet.
But you get there. You get there. You get there. Ben, your final words.
All right. So my final words, I would say, 1, carry your passion. In fact, carry your passion, but follow the leader. Most of the times when we are very wild with ideas, like Charlie, I want to create an electric something that does this. But you don't follow the leader. For the leader to teach you that this is how we do that. This way it doesn't work at these places. If you are not ready for the learnings as an entrepreneur, then you have failed already. So whilst you are passionate about what you want to do, whilst you are communicating all the jargons and Charlie, the enthusiasm is there, be ready for the learning. Follow the leader. Follow the person who knows the road.
Follow who knows road.
Yes, follow the person who knows road.
Okay.
If you are able to follow that person who knows the road, you will get there quickly, rather than going all by yourself. Another thing that I will say is, like my colleague said, there are a whole lot of opportunities for youth to be successful entrepreneurs, provided your idea is innovative, provided your idea is solving a pain point of people. People are complaining every now and then. And if I'm able to come out with solutions that address the pain points of people or complainants, definitely I have customers. Identify these pain points and come out with solutions around those pain points. Now everybody is like, hey, Charlie, I see mobile money. It's booming, so I want to do mobile money. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not about this person opened a provision store, so I have to open a provision store. Are people really in need of provision store? So at new sites, you see that person who set up his provision store first really makes sales. Because it's a pain point of people there. Yeah. You need to identify the pain point. It's not about what people are doing and becoming successful. It's about the trends and what people are complaining about. And a lot of complaints, it means the ground is very fertile for entrepreneurship. The ground is fertile for us to do something to really become successful. So let's identify these things. Let's see how we can put heads together. And hey, if it takes collaborating, if it takes learning from somebody, it takes bringing somebody on board, feel free to bring that person on board. Together, you can go far.
Wow. So Benjamin Agentexen is the founder and CEO of Asenra Limited, and Nanaya Menu Eje is the founder for Waterfalls Ventures. Waterfalls, right? Okay. Thank you so much, Nanaya and Ben, for coming through on the Youth Avenue. We appreciate you so much. We've learned, I have actually learned a lot, and I believe my viewers also did the same. They said, be willing to learn. If you need help, ask for it. If there's an idea you have and you don't have money, talk to somebody who has the money. Collaborate with the person. Come together and work. That's how you'll be able to achieve your goals. This is the Youth Avenue, where we sit to discuss issues that hinders our growth as youth, and also talk about topics or subjects that will help the youth to develop. Now, thank you so much for staying with us. This is Kukwa Sanba, your gorgeous host. And we want to say a very big thank you to the Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation. Please follow us, okay, and talk to us at www.senvas.org, and follow Watch TV channel on all our social media platforms. Same time next week. See you. Have a good evening.
Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.